Alright, Shalom. First I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone who rule well, and Shalom to the elect and Akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity, man. Just wanted to put this lesson together. I want to talk about communication between brothers and pretty much in your day-to-day, and how important communication can be in this truth, and how it's something that brothers should consider, and something to think about in your day-to-day dealings with brothers, especially, and it leads to growth. So I'm just gonna start off with a scripture. Got a couple of scriptures up there. I'm just gonna go in it, go with the flow, with the spirit, and then Lord willing, brothers are edified, man. This is Matthew 5:37. But let your communication be yea, yea, or nay, nay, nay. Let me read that again. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. A lot of times that you might be explaining something to a brother, might be explaining why you did something or what you was thinking about something. Me, myself included, a lot of brothers what they'll do is they'll backtrack on something they've said, like, oh, actually, what I meant this, or actually, no, I didn't actually mean that, or I should have said it like this, and it really is just a bit of it's not understanding exactly the power of the words that are coming out of your mouth. Which I'm going to read this scripture quickly. This is Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So that's what it is, man. If you're in a king's court, for example, let's say you're in the court of King David, man, and King David asked you a question, and you gave an answer that was basically not what you actually meant, but it just came out a certain way. So you wasn't, because the scriptures say that how's it go again? It's something, I'm paraphrasing, but it's when you one that slippeth with the tongue but not with the heart, because that happens sometimes. Sometimes you slip with the tongue. You might say, brothers, you might say something like, we're gonna, what's an example? The Lord's gonna save Esau, for example. Yeah, you might say that by accident when really you meant to say Israel. Okay, and that's not what that's not what's in your heart and your mind. But it's Satan that basically just makes you slip in the tongue, which is understandable. But in your day to day, when you're reasoning with brothers, going back on something you've already said, that the words could be the difference between life and death, man. Not only in situations where you might be defending a point you're saying, but also what you're saying to a brother, man. How you're conducting the conversation, what you're saying to that brother, that can have a profound effect. Yeah, man. I was just gonna go a little bit into the into the Hebrew, man, because the thing about Hebrew is it's a very precise language. Okay, if you look at the words, you go into the blue letter and you break the words down, everything has a precise kind of hit to it. Okay, there's no filler really in between it. Where is that scripture, man? It's in a prologue. This is a prologue of Sirach. Wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favour and attention, and to pardon us wherein we may seem to come short of some words, which we have laboured to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. Now, that's kind of true of every language. The more you bastardize a language, you change it. You might tell a joke in one language, and in another language, it's not going to be as funny, okay, because it loses its meaning. But Hebrew, the Lashwan Kadash, which is the holy tongue, man, that's the mother of all tongues, man. That's the let's say mother. That's the father of all tongues, man. That's the origin, okay. That's the the holy language, man. Okay, the original, the first one. So that's what Adam spoke, man. Okay, and it's a very precise language, man. Okay, I wanted to just quickly just go into this this thing called laconic phrase, okay, which I rang up before, but it's for edification purposes, right? It says a laconic phrase or laconism is a concise or terse statement, especially a blunt and elliptical rejoinder. It is named after Laconia, the region of Greece, including the city of Sparta, right, whose ancient inhabitants had a reputation for verbal austerity and were famous for their blunt and often pithy remarks, right? I'm going to give an example one. One prominent example involves Philip II of Macedon, who after invading southern Greece and receiving the submission of other key city-states, sent a message to Sparta: "You are advised to submit without further delay, for if I bring my army into your land, I will destroy your farms, slay your people, and raise your city." Right? And the Spartans, ephors, replied with a single word: "if." So that, you know, it's a bit of wordplay there. Took out the "if" from what he said and just replied back with "if," but the meaning was there. The meaning was there, and it was concise. And that being concise, it can be a difference between life and death, man. You know, I'm just gonna bring out the scripture here. Proverbs 10:19. In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin. Right, so you're not going off for having lots of words. You're not sinning in that sense. But it says, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. You don't always have to, oh, I don't know this, and or say so much about something. Just be straight to the point, because actually I think there's a scripture on that. Let me it's in Ecclesiastes, isn't it? 32. No, I'm gonna read this again, man. Matthew 5:37. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. But whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Because when you start going more and more into things, and you're over expounding something that really especially when you get asked a question about something, brother might ask you, why did you do that? Okay. If you're explaining in a way where you're not being real about why you actually did it, or to be, concise, you're gonna come across wrong, even if you didn't intend to, and that is the same as doing it, because ultimately you're held accountable by your words. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 32 and 8. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. Okay, so your speech is short and you comprehend a lot in a few words, and that's something I personally work on as much as I can, man, because I babble a lot, man. But I like to be concise, as much as I can be. Something I work on personally, and brothers should work on that, man, because that's it says it in the scriptures. That's something that's just part of it will save you a lot of. It will give you that growth factor, and also it will save you a lot of bullshit, man. Unnecessary things that you're gonna have to you might unnecessary arguments where you could have just said something concisely. Spirit has it sometimes where that happens anyway for growth, but it's something that was to think about and work on. I'm just gonna read this scripture. This is Hebrews 4:12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, right? Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So you can ask a question, the words in the scriptures, man. When you ask a scoffer a question from the scriptures, or you hit him with something, that's hitting them to the spirit, man. You're cutting his spirit, okay? And it's also a discerner of thoughts, because by applying wisdom, you can actually reason and come to a conclusion of what is the righteous and what is the correct path, and those that have the ears to hear, they will hear that, and the ones that have the humility to take that will bear it and grow off it, man. And the ones that don't will be destroyed. but it says it again, man. You know, it says Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You know, and you know I'm just gonna close it off in the scripture. It's a 2 Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Okay, so you know the conversations that we'll be having as well. You know, just I call it holies, man. When brothers get together, you'll get spirituals or holies. You know, just get together and just reason and talk on the scriptures and things that you might be going through in your life. Apply the scriptures to it, learn, grow. You know, try to seek wisdom, pray to the Lord, that He gives you a sharp and concise tongue and a sharper mind, and just keeps you in this thing, man. Gives you that edge, you know. But with that, shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone who rule well, man. Shalom.